Hot out, which is amazing, but you know, a lot of us don't want to go into the kitchen and turn up the heat because it's too hot out. So we are going to make a gazpacho with Chef Jason Parsons. It's such a good idea on a hot day.
Fresh.
Maybe you want some soup, but you don't want things to be hot. So gazpacho, it's cold, right?
Yeah.
Cold soup?
Yeah.
And that looks actually kind of chunky, which
Well,
you don't
this is
usually
what I
see
want to
in
show
a
you. So
gazpacho.
a lot of gazpachos tend to end up becoming more like a tomato juice, you know, a
Yeah,
drink, right?
really
You know, let's put it in a
liquidy.
glass, walk around. What are we making, Caesars or something? So I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit, you know. And some people say, "Oh, well, where's that bright red color?" Well, there's a reason it's starting to look a little bit brown like that. But let's kind of look at
What'd you put in there? Chocolate or something? Cherries.
Cherries.
So cherries are in season right now.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you're down in Niagara right now and it's like you can just smell them everywhere.
Oh, nice.
And I love it because we have cherry trees right on the estate.
Yeah.
And the other day I come in at like 7 o'clock in the morning and some gentleman's out there on his bike kind of going like, eating all the cherries off my trees, right? But that's what they're there for.
That's nice, though.
So,
and you guys are so good with fruit.
Yeah.
Up at Peller. Amazing. Always trying to put it, sort of incorporate it into the recipes.
Well, it's inspiring, you know.
Yeah.
You're driving to work every day and you're surrounded by all this fresh fruit, and if you don't use it, you're crazy. I mean,
That's
it's the epitome of fresh,
Yeah.
right? But what I want to do today was show you how simple it is to make a gazpacho.
Okay.
You know, and obviously you need the good old blenders here.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've taken something like an English cucumber, and all I've done is actually peeled it down and then taken the seeds out. You know, you just take a spoon.
And scoop them out.
Scoop them out.
Even I can handle that.
Well, and the reason I do that is the seeds are a little bitter.
Right.
Okay, so you don't want too much bitter going on there. So we just
Right.
take them out and just chop it down. Okay. Now, you don't have to chop it too fine. But it just helps things to puree down a little bit more. So, you know, if you're a little less patient like I am, then chop them a bit smaller.
Yeah.
And if you are patient, then just throw them in.
Because you don't want to have to use the blender for
Well,
longer
you
than
sit
you
there,
need to.
click,
Like,
click, push, push, click, click, push,
yeah,
push.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that
It
kind
gets
of thing.
annoying.
But red peppers, you know, just simple red peppers. Again, removing the seeds. Seeds are. You know, when we get into the fall and you're roasting off red peppers, those seeds kind of give that kind of earthy tones that you want, and you know, give it a little bit more of a richness to it.
Yeah.
But I find, you know, when I want a fresh raw ingredient like this, because we're not cooking this, this is just going to be pure down and away you go.
But that's what makes it so easy. But if you want it that fresh, you don't want the seeds in there. That's why you want to get rid of them.
And look at this, tomatoes, but yellow tomatoes.
Nice.
Woo.
So we get some nice color going on.
Well, and I think they're a little bit more delicate. I find that most gazpachos taste like tomato soup with a little bit of cucumber in there.
Right.
So I want a bit of, you know, less tomato, a little bit more cherry, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So I'm putting that.
So the
in.
whole blending of flavors and fruit, I mean, is there any kind of rule, or do you just test and try and see what you,
just
like?
open up the drawer in the fridge and just kind of
throw
dump it in the
all
blender.
in.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
make sure
that's
it's
what
fresh.
I would do.
But-
make sure it's fresh, chop it up, and see how the flavors blend together.
Well, that's really
Right?
it, and it's the balance of the flavors, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm just putting a little bit of red onion in there.
Yeah.
You know, I like red onion, but it's just a little pinch because you don't want to get too crazy on this, right?
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden this thing's gonna taste like onion.
For sure.
And I don't put garlic in. Some people do.
Oh, yeah?
But again, I
Too
find it takes
powerful?
the freshness away. You know, but if you're a big fan of garlic, throw it in there. Why not, right? Or roast some garlic off and put that in the garnish or something like that.
Okay.
So
all right.
anyway, so we've got all that. We put some tomatoes in there as we go. And then this is going to take a couple of seconds to just blitz down because of the noise. But
Okay.
here we go.
And then what about the cherries?
Wait.
Oh, okay, just check.
Simmer down.
Cherry gazpacho, so I just thought, you know,
I wasn't going to put them in. I was just
to
going
remind him.
to get that going. The reason I want to put the cherries in at the end is I want a little bit more of a chunkiness to it. So now we
Right.
put the cherries in. And see, if there's any juice in the cherries, get them in there.
Right,
Right?
okay. So you got to pit all those cherries, by the way.
That's what the kids are for. Isn't that, I thought that's,
I have been teaching them how to do that with their mouth. The cherries.
Oh, ready? They just spit it out and then away you go. I'm not eating cherries at your house. A little bit of fresh salt, a little bit of fresh pepper, you know, away you go. But really, I mean, at this point, that's ready to go. If you want to really spice this
You're
up, throw some
done.
Tabasco in there. I mean,
Right.
but you know, look, I'm done here, right?
So you have a very impressive meal for your guests. You have not turned on the oven.
Nope.
You haven't made your kitchen any hotter than it was before. And look at the consistency. It's not the tomato soup.
Right. But
right?
we need to
It's
take this up a
funky.
little bit. Because
Okay.
here's the thing, you know, people take this and they take a fresh yogurt and put it on top, or
Yeah.
they take a little bit of sour cream on top, or they buy a creme fraiche, which to me, why are you buying creme fraiche? It's good, but it's so easy to make. And when you say,
Okay.
oh, creme fraiche, that's a little technical here.
It sounds very fancy.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna lie.
I'm gonna put the myth to rest here. So basically, 35% cream, yes, it's 35% cream.
Can you explain for the people that don't know what a creme fraiche is?
So a creme fraiche is just basically an acidulated cream.
Right.
It's set, it's got more vibrancy to it, and all it is basically is cream with some lemon juice.
Right.
And if you're doing a large batch, because I always do a large batch, you're looking at a cup of lemon juice to a liter of cream.
Okay.
Just lightly mix it. Don't whip this up. But here's the best part. Stick it in the fridge.
For how long?
Overnight.
Okay, and then it becomes that.
It becomes this. And I'm telling you, this on
It's
some
like a
scones.
nice little whipped cream. Oh, they love
That
it.
is good.
That's so good.
You know, then you get your fresh herbs
That's
on there.
literally all you do.
That's all I do.
You mix the cream
Yeah.
with the lemon and you put it in the fridge.
That's it.
Why wouldn't you make your
I
own?
know.
It's true.
It's
Don't be
crazy.
Tracy Moore about this. Make your own. Don't go to the store and buy it. That looks so good.
I know.
Okay, so try this at home because that was ridiculously easy. Go ahead, eat it. Cityline.ca for this amazing recipe. Let's go to break. We're coming.